but we did get to have Mickey and Minnie come congratulate us at our wedding. Now fast forward to current me, and I am a full-on Disney obsessed mom. And it actually had nothing to do with Disney, but that was a happy coincidence. I almost start crying every time I see Happily Ever After, walk down Main Street, see the castle, and so it just kind of fit together, this YouTube Disney channel. Hi there, my name's Tiana, and here at Magically Ever Mom, I share lots of tips, tricks, and personal adventures to make sure you get the most out of your Disney World vacation with little kids and babies. I post every Thursday and every other Monday, so make sure you're subscribed to not miss the next one. In today's video, I'll be sharing a little bit about my story and how I became a Disney obsessed mom, probably just like you. To start, both of my parents came from a little bit of Disney liking or loving families. They both went on Disney vacations growing up. And my dad was actually a drummer for the Disneyland all-college marching band way back when. When I was really young, I think just a couple years old, my parents became DVC members, or Disney Vacation Club. And basically they made it our family's vacation every 2 to 3 years. Then the obsession began. Now, fast forward all the way to 2016. That's when my husband and I got married. We actually got married at the Grand Floridian at Disney World. But it wasn't quite as expensive as you're probably thinking. It was only about 20 people, so nothing too extravagant. But we did get to have Mickey and Minnie come congratulate us at our wedding. That was pretty cool. That same year, later on, after I had finished college, I had actually planned on opening a kind of a Disney blog all about tips, tricks, planning, that sort of thing. It never really came to fruition, but I was working as a travel agent at the time. And my favorite vacations to book were Disney vacations. Big surprise. I know Disney like the back of my hand, and my minor in college actually was event planning. So that whole planning and Disney just kind of comes together, and I like it a lot. Now fast forward to current me, and I am a full-on Disney obsessed mom. Tom, my husband, and I now have a 4-year-old daughter named Adeline and a 1-year-old son named William. We happened to move to Florida a couple years ago, all the way from Washington State. Not Washington, D.C., Washington State. And it actually had nothing to do with Disney, but that was a happy coincidence. Not long after we moved here, we of course got annual passes, because of course girl math, that's saving us money, right? And well, the rest is history, I guess. Now I'm gonna answer a few questions just to let you guys know what I like, well, really love about Disney. Okay, question number 1, why did I start a YouTube channel? A lot of it is because I truly love Disney World. You'll probably hear this a lot from me, but Disney truly feels like home to me. I almost start crying every time I see Happily Ever After, walk down Main Street, see the castle, step into our resort for the first time that trip. It brings all that nostalgia back from a kid, and it just, like I said, it feels like home. It's that Disney magic. The other part is that I am very much a planner, and I also had a wedding videography business with my husband not long ago. As most of you probably know, Disney vacations can often feel like an impossible jigsaw puzzle. And to me, they don't. To me, they just mesh together. I know exactly what parts need to go when, here, where, whatever. And I don't even have to think about what to do next. Now, coming back to our wedding videography business we had up until a couple years ago, I'm obviously familiar with filming, with editing, and just that whole kind of creative side to things. And so it just kind of fit together, this YouTube Disney channel. Next question, how many times have I been to Disney World with my kids? Let's see, so we did one to Disneyland with Adeline. We did another one to Disney World when we came down to look at houses and kind of areas. And then we've done, we did, I think, 3 more before William was born with her. And then I think we've done 2 more since, because I'm pretty sure we've done 7 total between all of our kids. Now keep in mind, these are typically 3, 4, 5-day trips during the week, kind of shorter, not necessarily a full-on vacation of what you guys might do, but we're only 3 hours away. So we do a lot of those shorter trips, and we do them more often during the year. Question number 3, what trips do we have planned? We have 2 trips planned. One is coming up in about a month in October, and another one is in December. The December trip is going to be so much fun. It's gonna be really big. It's like 10 days, including the 2 travel days. And we've got myself, Tom, my kids, and then we've got my parents and my brother and his wife and their 3 kids. So those are gonna be some good times. And speaking of, those are gonna have a lot of really good videos for you guys to watch. Lots of videos surrounded by big groups, how to navigate that. So if you guys have got any questions about doing that in the future, please let me know and I can try and kind of fit some of those questions in. If you're really enjoying all the Disney mom craziness so far, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. That way I know what kind of videos you all are enjoying. Question number 4, how does my husband like going to Disney World so much? Well, he kind of knew what he was getting into, didn't he? I mean, we got married at Disney World. What do you expect? But no, I think he really likes it now. I think at first it was probably a little bit overwhelming. Now that we have little kids, I think just getting to see Disney through a little kid's eyes and everything is just, it's kind of magical. But his family was not a Disney family. They did not go to theme parks. That's just not the vacations that they decided to do. I think at first when we went to Disneyland, when we were dating, back before we had gotten engaged and all that stuff, it was a little bit, not frightening, but all the bigger rides, he just wasn't used to that. It took a bit of effort to get him to go on those, and now he likes them finally. When is your favorite time of year to go to Disney? As a more general answer, it would be really any time between November and February. The weather is just so nice that time of year, you don't ever have to worry about getting too hot. And my husband does not do heat well. So going in the summer, we don't do that. Now being a little bit more specific, I think my actual favorite time of year is probably mid-November. Before the Thanksgiving crowds come in, after all the crowds have gone from the Run Disney race in early November, you still got that Food and Wine Festival going on, and you still have all of the Christmas decorations around, and it's just, it's extra magical. The other bonus to that time of year is it's at the very end of hurricane season, and so you don't really have to worry about any big weather things canceling plans or really having much of a change to your reservations. Question number 7. Question number 6. How long is your ideal Disney vacation? Well, really as long as possible. Can we just live at Disney, right? That's an option, not too expensive. But actually, I'd really say probably 6 to 7 nights, like a week-long vacation. You could do one park each day. You'd have enough for all the parks. You could have a rest day or a water park day in the middle, depending on what time of year you're going. If they're still doing it when you come, you could do a water park your first day there if you got a little bit of time, because that's a free perk if you stay on property. By no means could you do everything at Disney on that list. That would take who knows how many days, but you could do a lot of stuff. Get a lot of your favorites in without feeling overwhelmed or too rushed. Then you just have to come back in another 2 or 3 years. Get more stuff done. Question 7, what's on your Disney bucket list? I've got a couple things that come to mind, but first, staying at Disney World, there's a couple hotels that I would love to stay at that my family would just really like. First, the Port Orleans Princess Suites. I mean, my name's Tiana, but also my daughter would love that. She's obsessed with Princess. She's 4 years old. She dresses up 15 times a day. The other hotel that I would love to stay at would be Art of Animation in the Cars Suites. My husband is obsessed with cars, not just the movie, the real thing too. Hopefully not too far down the line, we can make one or both of those things happen. The next Disney bucket list item that comes to mind is a big one. It's a Disney cruise. We would really like to do it for our 10th anniversary or kind of a belated 10th anniversary in that time frame. So that would be in, about a year and a half, a little less. Specifically, the Disney Wish is the boat that I really want to sail on. That's the one that's really gotten me excited over the last handful of years, just with all the fairy tale princess, fairy tale things, as Shrek would say. As I said, we'd really love to do a cruise on the Disney Wish, maybe in about a year and a half or a little bit less. We're really, fingers crossed, hoping to do that. Okay, now we're on to the last question. What would I do in Disney World, given 24 hours? Which resort and which park would I go to? For the park, I would definitely choose Magic Kingdom. That's just my favorite. I just love the whole, vibe of it all. Fairy tales, fantasy, princesses, the castle. Like I said, I get teary-eyed when I walk down Main Street often, so it's just my favorite. Not because it has my own personal right at it either, but I just love the whole feel of Magic Kingdom. It's just my favorite. And for the resort, this is a little bit more difficult, but for my favorite resort, I think I would choose the Boardwalk. The Boardwalk is where my parents have their DVC points at, so it's where we did probably about 90% of our Disney vacations growing up. It's in a great location. It's walkable to Epcot, Hollywood Studios. You can go over and take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios. You can walk over to the Beach Club. They have loads of restaurants around the actual boardwalk itself. It's just an awesome place, but also it just has a lot of nostalgia for me. Just walking in, just the smell of the boardwalk, it just feels like home. It brings me back to being a little kid. It's just, there's so many memories there. But I think as far as niceness goes, the Beach Club is probably nicer and it has a better pool, but I'm going with nostalgia on this one. Now that you've made it this far in the video, please give a comment and let me know what your favorite park and resort is. That way I know if we're twins or if you're totally different from my family. Please go ahead and subscribe and click that like button. The next video is gonna be all about prepping and planning for Disney, so you don't wanna miss it. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.